Hello, youth. Hopefully you guys are doing well and having a good week. It's sunny outside. Hopefully you're enjoying that. This is your midweek encouragement, and I hope it finds you well. Y'all get a 3-day weekend. It's much deserved. So I hope you guys are able to enjoy some sunshine. We're going to continue plugging along in the book of Hebrews here. Last week we finished up with Hebrews chapter 1 verse 7, and we're going to start there and continue on in chapter 1. So it says, Hebrews 1, starting in verse 7, it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are a graceful garland for your head and pendants for your neck." As we come out of this idea of the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and we talked about one of the ways that this plays itself out is that, like, when we have this right respect and right view of who God is and the glory of God and how awe-inspiring God is, it should drive us to pursue the things of God and the wisdom of God more and more. And then there's almost like a break where now a character begins to talk, and it's this kind of like father figure begins to talk to someone as if they are their kid, and we as the audience are hearing this person talk to us as if we are this son in the situation. And he says, "Hear, my son, your father's instructions, and forsake not your mother's teaching." And this is just a reminder that, wisdom, though it ultimately has its source in who God is and in his word, our parents are those fountains of wisdom in our life, especially when they are bringing us the wisdom of who God is. And they are bringing that to us through the way that they live their lives and the way that they speak and conduct themselves to us. They are bringing that wisdom into our lives. But even outside of that, just general instruction and things that we can learn from our parents are of huge value. And I'm going to talk in just a second how that is going to look maybe today in some ways. But it says that this wisdom and this instruction from our father and our mother are garlands of grace for our head and pendants around our neck. And the idea of this is that these things are costly, they're valuable, and they're beautiful. And so wisdom, actually, what it does is it takes the place of maybe those things that were once of the highest value in our lives, and it replaces those. Where once maybe we, thought more money or more popularity or more friends or whatever was of the highest value, now the wisdom from our parents and the lessons that we can learn from them, particularly the ones that teach us more about who God is, those are the things that are going to be of the highest value to us. And these garlands of grace for your head and pendants around your neck, they're being worn. This is something that, like, wisdom is evident. It's seen by others. Others see it and they can recognize it, and they also get some benefit from you having had the wisdom of your parents instilled in you from them. And so the point of this little bit here is wisdom is, it starts with the fear of the Lord, but it comes at us from many different places. And the author and the person speaking, the first place that they tell us it comes from is from our parents. We can learn wisdom, and we especially can learn the wisdom of who God is and grow in this wisdom from our parents. And when we do, it's highly, highly valuable. Anytime, if you've ever needed to learn something or needed to know how to do something, and you reach out to your parent and say, "Hey, I need help with this. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Show me how I can figure this out." That is that feeling of being able to go to someone for wisdom. And the point of this is that when others see that garland of grace, that wisdom that is evident in your life, they can become beneficiaries of that wisdom as well. But it also Literally, the words used here is that wisdom literally becomes your beauty. It becomes the thing which makes you stand out to others. And so I would encourage you to think about that as you interact with your parents' instruction and wisdom. And encourage you, sometimes it's hard to see the end product of the rules and the discipline that you receive as students. But I would say almost in every case, your parents have your best interest in mind. And when they give you instruction and they're trying to instill wisdom, give them the chance to teach you something. And in doing so, I think that you will find that will be highly valuable to you. And so for today, you might hear that and you might go, well, my parents are not someone that I get wisdom from. Or you might hear that and you might say, I feel like my parents have let me down. And I'm sorry. I do believe there are still lessons to be learned from those people. But this does not mean that, well, if this person's not in my life, then I just miss that part. No. Find the people who are going to be this source of wisdom to you. Seek it out. And when you seek it out, be willing to receive that fatherly-like or that motherly-like instruction from other places if you are not receiving it from your mother or your father, I would say, of biology. So I would just encourage you in that. Again, I hope this finds you well. We have game night Sunday night. Getting excited for that. I hope you guys can join us for that. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon.